we started Global Peace Foundation Japan in 2012. Emerging issue Japan had was, how to develop a good culture for multicultural society, because many foreigners, start living in the very local areas, but those people, Japanese, live in the local areas, didn't have experience, living together with the foreigners. This is so how to develop a good culture with the foreigners are very serious issues. Now, when we started the Global Peace Foundation Japan, so one of the signature program was Multicultural One Family Festival. So because we wanted to engage leaders over each international communities, such as Filipino and Bangladesh and Koreans and Chinese and Brazilian. Japan was losing the idea of an extended family model, but still, Filipino living in Japan, in Tokyo, they have a very good culture, like, treating people as a brothers and sisters, right? This kind of culture is very necessary at the time because the kind of familiar culture was needed in Japan. This way, so it's not like, Japan has a superior position and other people have to learn from Japan. It's not like that. We have to learn, we have a lot of, platform. We can learn from other countries' cultures. Then another signature program GPF Japan is conducting is how to support Korean Peninsula's reunifications. So, considering a historical background, right after they had a liberation from Japanese rule, and actually before that, Japan made a Korean Peninsula as a part of Japan, right? This is the reason why, right after liberated from Japan, they were very vulnerable. They were divided by a power of a Cold War. So this is the reason why division of Korean Peninsula was caused by Japan. This is what I believe. More than 400,000 Korean diaspora people live in Japan. Their dream is realizing a one Korea, right? Their home country must be united. This way, so I'm working with the Korean diaspora people in Japan. One of my Korean friend, he lives in Tokyo. He talk about, Korean people's dream. If Japan support Korean Peninsula's unifications, even though they have some resentment, Korean people has a resentment toward Japanese, this resentment will be disappearing very smoothly if Japan is supporting Korean Peninsula's reunifications. I think, their dream is realizing a one Korea. If they're holding this dream, right, we have to be supporting as a Japanese. I believe Japan has a strength and a virtue over supporting other people. So they believe this is Japanese people's strength. If so, we have to be supporting a neighbor country's dream, right? So this is the reason why we started the Korean Dream Support Project, by Global Peace Foundation Japan. Of course, Japanese people, many Japanese people, especially young people, they don't have enough knowledge or historical information about why Korean Peninsula was divided. This is so we have to have some study sessions inviting young people or even some scholars to talk about why Korean unification is needed. So we conducted a peace design forum. The reason why we made a peace design forum, so everybody should be a designer how to contribute for good cause of our unifications. Talking about one Korea is very striking the Japanese people plus Korean diaspora. because no Japanese talking about Korean unification in Japan. But we should be doing that. We should be speaking about their dream, Korean dream. If Japanese people only speaking about Korean dream, it's strange, right? But together with the Korean people living in Japan, talking about one Korea is very much making sense. This is so we are engaging a Korean diaspora more and more, and together with them, we are making a big voice of our peaceful unification of Korean Peninsula. So there are many Korean people, kind of facing a very serious tragic situation, right? Because their family are divided. Some, family members are still living in North Korea. They cannot come to South Korea, even Japan. This is so many years they are separated. So this kind of tragic history or situations of family. So we have to make some support contributions. If Japanese people are proud of supporting others, they have to support, neighbors' dream, neighbors' issues. Japanese, especially young people, they don't want to belong to a particular religious organization or institute, but many of Japanese people, they believe in God, or we call Kami-sama or heaven, ten. This is so they are very much open to, go to the shrine or temple, or even, having a wedding ceremony in the Christian church. So interestingly, end of the year, so within the 7 days, right? So they are celebrating Christmas. So most of the Japanese people became a Christian. Then end of the year, so they are hearing a, gong from a bell in the temple. That's a Buddhist, right? So next day, many people go into shrine in the early morning to pray for the new year. So this kind of, they are taking a good part of each religion. And they don't want to be a particular, one particular, religious group believers, but they're believing something great. So that's a kind of, uniqueness Japanese people have. Of course, they have a good base to be able to understand meaning of one family under God. This is the reason why I dare to promote the vision of one family under God through our study meeting, especially Peace Design Forum. So this is so one family under God is the best solution for making a multicultural society, as well as supporting Korea Peninsula issues. Because we are members of one family under God, this is the reason why we have to support separated family. They are still separated in the north and the south. If some of the reasons were caused by Japan, we have to do something more. So this is the reason why we are inviting many scholars and journalists and young people to think about how to do. This way, so I explain about one was my friend, Korean friend. So he said, if Japan is supporting peaceful unification of Korean peninsulas, Korean people's resentment against Japan would be disappearing. I think he gave a very good idea and a good perspective. Why Japanese people has to do that? Because many people don't understand why we have to do, and why Korean peninsula became divided. They don't understand that. They didn't study about that. This is so we are giving some information and some lecture series of lectures. So this is a kind of future, GPF Japan's kind of program. So we want to be involving more and more young people to study, especially Korean diaspora. Korean people living in Japan, they are the main target group they have to be holding their own dream, right? A Korean dream. If Japanese people just saying, Korean dream is good, but without Korean people in Japan, that's so strange. From now on, we need to have a more Korean communities engagement in the program. So this is kind of my focus areas to outreach and the Korean communities and sharing the same idea, same dream, and which is originally their dream. So now our program focus would be more and more engaging our Korean diaspora people in Japan.